Welcome to Sitting with Spirit, my loves. I did feel a mother in spirit coming through who was coming through with her dad. So I felt a mom coming through with her dad. And keep in mind, if you can take some of this information, but not all of it, that's 100% a wink from your past loved one saying, we're bringing you these synchronicities. And so the feeling that I got was that there was so much love with this mom that she passed before old age. I feel like she was maybe in her 50s or 60s when she passed, like didn't fully make it to old age, and it was before her time. I smelled a very like flowery, light, clean scent around her. So I feel like she would have had her own signature smell or perfume that would be really significant. She was showing me butterflies as a sign, and she was asking you to make her recipes and to know that she was cooking with you. So there was something here about, like, I don't know, it seemed like a muffin recipe or something mixing a dough in a bowl. And I just got this feeling of like, make her recipes when you miss her, because it's a way that she can feel really close with you. I saw an important ring from her that you might have had. It kind of looked like a more square stone. And so I feel like it might have been an engagement ring or a wedding ring, but it felt like you, the person listening, might have like a significant ring from her. For some reason, I was seeing caramel apples. I do not know what to make of that, but whoever this is for will understand that. I don't know if she loved them or she had a sweet tooth or it was something special, but I was seeing caramel apples. I was also seeing, and this felt more connected to her dad, a guitar around him being significant to identify him. He wasn't talking as much as her. He was kind of just showing up with her. And I felt like there was healing between them on the other side that maybe couldn't happen when they were both physically here. And I got the feeling from him that he was sickly and sick for a long time, but past of old age, actually outlived her. And so the feeling that I got is that there's this universal current of motherly love that this spirit is coming to convey. It's less about this one mother and more about how she's a messenger for this universal mother spirit that is available to everyone who is looking to either heal the mother wound or feel supported or reparent themselves. I just feel this unbelievable current of motherly love that exists in spirit for all, that is coming through as just this warm, warm hug. And I got this really beautiful message that when you get flowers from spirit as a symbol, that it is akin to when your parents throw flowers at you after a recital or hand you a bouquet after a job well done or an accomplishment. That's this way that this mother is communicating, that the universal mother consciousness is rewarding your progress and commemorating it in this way. And it feels like when you see flowers as a synchronicity, that's them giving you a bouquet as saying like, good job well done. We're recognizing your effort. Great recital. So I found that to be so, so beautiful when she said that. They were also highlighting the stomach area. So I felt like this mother might have had some sort of cancer or something in her stomach, because that was feeling really knotted up as I was tuning into her. But she's really here, like I said, as this messenger of love and support, and to realize that we've been in many different lineages in different past lives, and we have so many different mothers and fathers on the other side that are cheering us on throughout dimensions, not just the ones that we have experiences with in this embodiment. And there are such forces of love for us, support for us, and cheering us on the other side that we have no idea and can't even really perceive of while we're in a human body. So just know that, and know that there's so much support. I was seeing a star as a symbol, which is my symbol for hope, rebirth, guiding light. The star is the symbol that comes after the Tower card in the tarot. So after things kind of end or fall apart or unravel, the star is remembering your true north, finding your guiding light. And it was interesting because with that, I got this message of checking your definition of success. Is your definition of success and what your goals are for this life in alignment with what your heart is asking for and what your highest joy and alignment and authenticity? Or is your definition of success tied to what your ego thinks you should have? Because I feel a lot of people comparing themselves to a story of success that might be authentic for other people, or might be what their family wants for them, or might be what their wounds or scarcity consciousness say they'll be safe when they hit XYZ marker in the external world. But it feels like it's keeping you limited and stuck in a way that your angels are asking you to think bigger about what's possible for yourself, for what success looks like, for where you're growing. And the truest success is when we're living in alignment with what our heart asks for. That's true abundance and true success. And so there's something here about not letting our ego hold the reins as the architect of our life, letting our heart hold the reins as the architect of our life. Going back to that theme of ancestral wisdom, I also got this image, like right when I closed my eyes, of just hanging out in a hammock. And I found it to be kind of funny because it's like rest is a radical act for some of our ancestors who had to hustle and grind to just stay alive and survive through really hard times on planet Earth. And us being able to rest, to be still, to have the luxury to even have our basic needs met to the level where we can think about this healing work is actually such a privilege. Like, us as this generation, like I was saying in the interview, we have more access to tools than ever before. And it's no accident that we are the souls that chose to come in here and now to utilize them and to heal our ancestral lines. And so there's something about how our ancestors didn't have the luxury of time or rest or nervous system resetting, that many of them were in a perpetual state of fight or flight and survival mode, and that even us, we might be addicted to that. We might have a hard time resting, and that can come from ancestral trauma of needing to survive and feel like we're always in fight or flight. And so I get this feeling and this message that allowing ourselves to rest is a radical act of ancestral healing because they never got to. And it's funny how so many of us don't allow ourselves to rest, judge ourselves, want to fill the empty space with something productive. But the act of rest is such a flex. If you can just embody that, you're, again, 100 women around you are cheering you on from your ancestral line, 100 men, whatever, are cheering you on. People that just didn't have that luxury. So everything we're doing now and progressing forward with our nervous system rewiring, with releasing past wounds in the body, all of that work is something that our ancestors are co-creating with us on the other side and leading us towards. And that simple image of just relaxing on a hammock is equally as healing as doing the deeper shadow work and all of that. Just that act of feeling in your worth, groundedness, and security enough to rest without apology, to let yourself just be a human on earth is so beautiful. And what I'm getting intuitively now is that that's how it used to be for our ancestors way before the Industrial Revolution. There were more times to just rest. And this is a remembering. Our ancient ancestors used to be in communion much more with the earth, with family, with friends, with community. And that now we are really reprogramming the ancestors that got the messaging during the Industrial Revolution and onwards that that was not possible or valuable. So that's what I have for you today. Let yourself rest. Let yourself follow your joy. Make sure your ego isn't always moving the yardstick past your reach so that you're always groping for more success and something outside of you and something to prove this worthiness that actually exists inside. And so if you find that to be you, know that it's a very normal part of living in this society, and check in with what your heart and your inner child say about success, because it's probably very different than that voice. And just know that this star energy, it's a time to shine your light. It's a time to have faith in miracles. And it's a time for just a rebirth into a more authentic chapter. So much love, everyone. Is there anything you want to add, Claire?
I just love that so much. It can be hard in this world to not just be so focused on how much I'm doing. And I saw a beautiful post recently that said, your life's purpose is to be a human being in this experience, connecting with other human beings and enjoying the moment and exploring the moment you are in. So if you're doing that, you've succeeded. And I thought that was a beautiful way to reframe, not that going for things that light you up and trying to create things or work hard at something is wrong, but knowing that that's only a piece of our purpose and that our main purpose is just being in this experience.
Absolutely. And even going after what lights us up in the present moment, moment to moment, probably feels really good going for those things, you know?
Yeah, that's right. If we can connect into that versus the idea of what we think it should be.
Yeah. And I think sometimes a pitfall with that can be, well, does that mean I should never do my healing work or the things that are difficult or confront? Like, that's not what's lighting me up in the present. But then the follow-up thing I pose to that is, what's more painful, 1,000 paper cuts of avoiding that work and staying in an unhealed narrative, or taking the plunge to love yourself enough to heal it? So it's uncomfortable to the wounded part of your consciousness, but it's actually exactly what your higher self is asking for in the present moment. So I just had to follow that up.
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Well, beautiful. Have a beautiful rest of your week, everyone. Much love. And thank you so much for being here.